guys? Rich Duper Bash, and just doing a quick video here in the garage again. So I got my Truggified Typhon here in front of me. Looks a little different from the last time I drove it. I've put on Kenny Murillo's from Voltage Hobbies. I've got my front and my rear tower on. I'm also going to be trying his skid plate for the first time. My son's already put a few nicks in this thing. He actually drove the Typhon just a couple days ago. We were ripping around on 6S. He did a really good job. So in any case, I haven't really driven this sucker other than just a little street drifting since my last construction bash on the road trip. I've just decided to go ahead and put it back in street form for a little bit and do some rips on it. I've just put some new bearings in it, got it cleaned up. So I made absolutely no changes to the suspension. It sits pretty low with these J-Concepts G-Locks, these 2.8s that I glued on Proline F11 rims. So I've had these tires for a while. They're pretty worn, but they're just awesome fun in the street. The traction isn't great, but that's perfect for me just for doing some drifting around. So, but essentially what I wanted, while I'm babbling here, I wanted to explain the difference between what I would consider a Truggified Typhon and my Outcast Hybrid. I get a lot of questions on the channel regarding how to make a Truggified Typhon. Again, basically, with the Truggified Typhon, it's a stock Typhon, and of course this is the V2. Props to Arrma for the new V3 stuff, by the way. It looks awesome. So basically what I've done is I've put on version 2 Creighton or Outcast, pretty much the same thing. Hubs, axles, and hexes. Okay, it gives you about a ½ space. Gives you about a ½ or 1 inch total stance difference from what I can recall, but it allows for a 2.8 wheel. So see the size difference? This is what I normally run on this guy right here, these MX28s that I have taped with Gorilla Tape. In any case, it's a great way to turn your stock Typhon into a serious bash machine. It just gives it way more height when you get these bigger wheels on. So anyway, I'm going to do some go-kart drifting right now. I think I'm running a 19-tooth pinion. Of course, I've got my hot racing chassis braces that have been here for a long time. I've got the Mama Monster X ESC 2200 Castle motor. I think that's a 19-tooth pinion. I'm still running 50,000 weight up front, 100 in the center, and I'm running 20,000 in the rear. And my shocks, pretty much, these are stock shocks. I've just advanced the height for off-roading mostly. I've advanced the position on the top here to the top position, and I'm running, whoa, almost dumped my coffee. I'm also running 50 weight in the front and 40 weight in the back, just like I do pretty much all my Outcasts. It's getting cold, so I'm probably going to drop my shock weight maybe just a little bit. I've noticed a handling difference in both my Outcasts and my Outcast Hybrid here. In any case, I'm running stock springs up front, Typhon springs, and I'm running Creighton fronts in the rear. And I got the wheelie bar on here, and Outcast wing I've been running for a long time. So the Outcast Hybrid, a lot of people say, well, what is this? Essentially, what you're looking at is an Outcast. I built this one myself. This was a Typhon chassis that I used my original Creighton entire front and rear. This has gone through a lot of changes since then, but I've got running the RPM arms, pretty much the same fluid setups. I went back to using 20,000 weight in the rear, so this is identical to my Typhon. But basically where people get confused, I think, when they watch on video is they see a Typhon body and they just assume it's a Typhon. Well, there's a big difference. So all of you know, basically this guy's a lot smaller and lighter. If you look at the stance, of course these wheels are tiny. But this, again, this is standing wider than a stock Typhon. Yeah, it's way more stable because of it. I put in Voltage Hobbies towers, front and rear, hot racing chassis supports, Voltage Hobbies servo saver that's been in all of, or servo support that's been in all of my Arrmas since pretty much I could buy them. But again, the difference between the Truggified Typhon and Hybrid is basically you have the different size towers, different size arms, different size shafts, links. So anyway, I just want to clarify that because I still get hit with a lot of questions about it. So anyway, I'm going to give this guy a little rip right now. Man, these Voltage Hobbies towers look nice in the sun. The Typhon's just such a beast, so versatile. Alright, we'll get her driving straight first. Mostly straight. So it's not quite full throttle. Man, that's a little squirrely. Again, these G-locks are kind of for horsing around. Ooh. Careful, careful. The dreaded minivan. Alright guys, I think that's good. You see how low this guy sits. Again, I didn't make any changes at all to the suspension. And I could just easily put the 2.8, the MX 28s back on right now and put the mounts back on and basically turn it into a little MT. Anyway, shout out to Arrma for making such a killer rig in the Typhon. It's just so versatile. Alright guys, until next time, late. It looks like things are getting a little toasty here in the back. I'm getting upwards of 200. So anyway, it's just these smaller wheels. You know, you're getting such high RPM, especially on 6S. So yeah, I'm getting about 180. Ooh, I just got a 200 in there. So anyway, I've exceeded my fun limit for today, and about 143 on the ESC. So I really need to go ahead and cut out these vents here in the back, and obviously just be real sensible. When you're geared this tall, you got to really watch your temps close. So alright guys, until next time, late.